All right, everybody. How are we doing on this Sunday evening? Hope everyone has had a wonderful weekend. And if you do have tomorrow off, hope you've had a wonderful weekend so far. If you are headed out the door tomorrow, a little bit of a heads up. You will probably need an extra layer for sure. We're going to see those temperatures get pretty chilly through the overnight tonight. But before we kind of get into the week forecast ahead, we're really just going to be getting a much needed break from all of the rain that we were just hammered with last week. And so that's going to be the big main message. But I do want to bring up a couple of things. First and foremost, if you didn't know, we are live here on Facebook, YouTube, and Fox Local every single day from 3 to 3:30. Come on in, hang out, let us know what your plans are, because that's what we do from that 3 to 3:30 time. We answer your questions, and we also get your plans to give you a personalized forecast. So if you didn't know, now you do, and that is something that we've been doing for quite a while now, and we're really trying to get as many folks as possible to listen in and also just give us your plans so we can make a personalized forecast just for you. Let's see where we're seeing it's people writing in from. I see a couple people writing in on our Facebook and YouTube page. Christina, yeah, it was very cold yesterday because of the clouds, the rain. It kind of just made it feel very raw and icky outside. Total difference today. As soon as those clouds got out of there and we saw that cooler air, that nice cool breeze sink in, yeah, it definitely got a lot better out there for sure. Berlinda writing in on YouTube and Kevin writing in from Lakeland. Good evening, Kevin. Okay, so let's get into a couple things. Really just breaking down what we're in for the start of the work week. But I did also mention again that we are on a live stream from 3 to 3:30, Monday through Friday. And then we're going to hop on here, especially if we're going on late, just like tonight. So we're seeing postseason on baseball happening right now. And that is against the Mariners as well as the Blue Jays. So we are still in that game. They just went to commercial break right now, but if it does come back up, last time I checked they were in the bottom of the 6th, and it looks like they still are. So we have a little bit of a while to go, so that's why we are on late through the overnight tonight. So we should most likely be on around 11 or a little bit after 11, kind of just depending on if they go into extra innings. But I did mention, of course, that show that we've been doing for quite a while now. We ask a question of the day every single day, and then this month we are also giving a photo challenge as well. So let me pull that up. So in case you would like to participate, we would love you to write in and let us know your thoughts as well. But we are doing a little bit of a photo challenge this month for the month of October. So as you do take a look right here, send us your Halloween costumes. These are the Halloween costumes from a couple years past of both Honey and I. And if you're dressing up, your kids are dressing up, you're doing an entire group costume, you have a whole bunch of friends getting together, and you're dressing up as a whole bunch of different things, let us know. We would love to see your Halloween costumes. We'll display all the pictures that we get from our viewers coming up at the end of the month, probably beginning of November, so we can give time for Halloween pictures to kind of come in. But ultimately, we would love to see your pictures. We'll pick our favorites, and you get bragging rights. Can't think of anything better than that. So here's where we're looking. Send us your photos. We would love to see them. Again, here's some photos that I had from years past, as well as Honey's had from years past. So if you dress up, your friends dress up, your kids dress up, your pets dressed up, send us your photos. Again, once we head through the rest of this month, we'll definitely take a look at them for sure. But you can send those photos to fox35stormteam@fox.com or my email, laurel.blanchard@fox.com. But keep an eye on your email because you will be sent a consent form that you will need to approve of before we actually take those pictures and either put them on our social medias or push them on our stream. So definitely tune in 3 to 3:30. And now let's get to the forecast. For those of you who do have tomorrow off, it is going to be another beautiful day. Pretty much copy and paste the forecast that we had today and put it right to tomorrow. Taking a look, we are going to just see a beautiful, beautiful day. I cannot stress enough of how much you should just definitely try to get outside if you can. So here's what we're looking at all day tomorrow, and then we'll kind of break it down. Orlando forecast for tomorrow. Picture Perfect. Feeling like fall in the morning and then slowly starting to warm up. I just posted a TikTok, Facebook reel, whatever, on my social media, so definitely give that a check out. But sweater weather is here, especially in the morning. You may need that extra layer to start off. So through the overnight tonight, we are going to be crystal clear. Something that clouds act as, especially through the overnight, is a blanket to kind of hold that heat into the atmosphere. We don't have that. So all the heat that we got today is just lost to the atmosphere. And that's why it's going to be on the chilly side tomorrow. Also, we don't have any humidity, or it's very low humidity, let me say. So we are going to just see those very cool, comfortable, crisp conditions as we head through tomorrow morning. Warming up to the low 80s, so very comfortable, and with that sunshine, it's just going to feel so nice out there, so refreshing, and then we're going to drop back down into the 60s tomorrow night. So if you have tomorrow off for the long weekend, things are going to be beautiful. Make sure you get outside and enjoy. But if you are headed off to work, headed off to school, what have you, let's break down that morning commute for you. Clear and crisp, that's basically the name of the game as we head through tomorrow morning. Going to be seeing those temperatures starting off throughout the mid-60s, quickly warming up into the low 80s by tomorrow afternoon. Clear and crisp, can't think of anything better than that, especially when we are talking about fall. So here's our lows through the overnight tonight. It is going to be a little on the cooler side, and you can see some areas are even going to be flirting with the 50s. Higher up in Gainesville, we're probably going to be dropping into the upper 50s. Here in Orlando, mid-60s along the coast, low 60s. But again, it's going to feel pretty chilly, especially if you've been in Florida for quite a while and you call anything under 70 cool. It is going to be feeling very refreshing and probably to you a little bit chilly. So dry air really coming in as we take a look through the next couple of days. And again, this is what's going to make it feel very chilly to folks that are used to Florida humidity and Florida heat. It is definitely going to feel cool, so you may need to grab that jacket, especially for the start of the day, whether you're heading to the theme parks, if you have the day off, headed to work on that early morning commute. You will probably need that extra layer, but you probably won't need it by the end of the day. But heads up, this is going to be a pretty consistent thing through this week, keeping those cooler temperatures slowly starting to rise back to average, but we're looking at temperatures throughout the 60s as we pretty much go through the work week. So let's break it down again through what we're seeing out there right now, because this kind of has a huge role, especially if you're down here traveling, or if you know someone who's traveling in Florida over the next couple of days. Heads up, because especially airports, if they're from the Northeast traveling to and from, things are probably going to be a mess for the next couple of days. So we have this low pressure system. This is a powerful nor'easter that's bringing a lot of rain and a lot of wind to Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, Long Island, New York, Pennsylvania, Jersey, even down towards the Maryland and Baltimore coastline. This is going to be a very big wind event. It's really roughening up the seas. So what we had this time, Thursday and Friday, is what the Carolinas and all the way up through New England is getting right now. So we have this low pressure system. This is what's going to continue to move north. Nothing too big there. Once we head into this week, this high pressure, this is what's going to be scooting further into the Gulf, kind of building our temperatures as we head through the work week. So that's kind of like what we're looking at for this next couple of days. Low pressure, moving on out of here. That's not a problem. That high pressure is going to continue to build in, but taking a look through tomorrow morning, crystal clear skies, a nice cool breeze setting into the region, and we're going to continue to keep those crystal clear skies pretty much all through Monday. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. Taking a look even into Monday afternoon, Monday evening, any lunch plans, any dinner plans, they look good to go. Best word of advice, get outside. And even as we take a look Tuesday into Wednesday, if you weren't able to get outside on Monday, it's just still going to be absolutely beautiful. But you will notice, instead of those winds kind of starting to come in from the north, they're going to start to kind of shift in and start to come in from the northeast a little bit more. That's what's slowly going to shift our pattern as we see those winds starting to come in from the east, possibly sparking up a couple of showers. And that's the key word right there, couple of showers, as we take a look towards the middle of next week. The reason why I was kind of stressing about the nor'easter is because this has really been jacking up some travel plans. LaGuardia finally starting to get in a little bit more of that regular flight path, but it is still very windy, very rainy up there. Over 5,000 flights were disrupted across America today, and the most impacted were Boston and LaGuardia from major airports. But pretty much all across New England, we were seeing lots and lots of delays. So that was pretty much the big story, especially as this storm was continuing to move northward with the holiday weekend. Lots of people moving down here and coming down here for the extended extended weekend. So heads up, keep an eye on your flights if you are traveling for the next couple of days. So that's what we're looking at. That's your kind of short-term forecast of what we can expect. Our seas have been so rough. I was out there, again, if you take a look at my Facebook page, I posted a reel about the king tides. And first off, thank you, because that went totally crazy, way more popular than I could have ever expected that would get. So thank you to everyone who looked at that and shared that. Our surf is going to become a lot less rough over the next couple of days. Still holding a very high rip current risk, but those waves are slowly going to start to retreat. And instead of just being Daytona, we're actually going to be adding Daytona and the beach back on to that name. So that's what we're going to be seeing. Christina writing in on Facebook, how are the tropics? Let's get to that real quick. Let me also hop back into our YouTube page. Super Sunshine Thrifter on YouTube saying they love the cooler weather coming our way. You are going to love the next couple of days. I promise you that. Okay, so let's get back into tropics. Christina, I see you on Facebook, and here's what we're looking at. So over the next couple days with the tropics, we are going to be keeping an eye on a system. And that system right here is being now designated as Invest 97L. So that's this cluster of thunderstorms right here. It's an area of thunderstorms that's just starting to organize. So it's moving into a more favorable environment as it kind of makes its way up towards the northwest. It could be a depression as early as this week, and it also could be the chance of being a tropical storm. Something that Noah brought up earlier this week when we were talking about Karen was it was just on the brink of being a tropical storm and held tropical storm status for about 6 hours and then kind of just got swept away because it formed so far north. This is going to continue to just stay in the central Atlantic. We're not really worrying about this guy right here. There is another wave that we will be watching coming off the coast of Africa, but this is the one that we're going to be keeping an eye on to possibly get the name Lorenzo. So again, tropical depression possible by early on in the week, and then also running for the possibility of tropical storm as well. So here are the spaghetti models, first and foremost. Pretty much all models keep this in the Atlantic. Some models are maybe expecting that it could do this like little bit of a loopy thing, but it's going to be staying out to the Atlantic, which good news, keep it that way. Most of the moisture could kind of swing back and go towards Europe, but most models right now are kind of swinging it and hooking it kind of in a loop where most likely it will stay. Again, things can change. We saw that with Imelda, but for now, most models seem very confident that this is just going to be kind of circulating in the central Atlantic. When it comes to strength, this is where we could possibly see the name Lorenzo. So here is our intensity forecast. And you can see over the next 12, 24 hours, maybe, it could pick up into a tropical storm strength. It was holding, again, it's very disorganized, roughly about 30-mile-per-hour winds right now. But we're going to continue to watch that as we head through the next couple of days. Because, again, that system could just barely be a tropical storm and get the name Lorenzo, just like we saw with Karen. So something that we're going to be watching over the next couple of days. And, again, if you're curious on where we're at the list right now, we had Andrea, Barry, Chantal, Dexter, all of those tropical storms, and then we had Fernand, also a tropical storm, and then Umberto, Imelda, and Aaron, as well as Gabrielle, pretty big hurricanes, and Imelda was flirting with Category 3, so out of the hurricanes so far, we've had 4 of them. 3 out of the 4 of them have been major hurricanes. That is crazy. So Lorenzo, Melissa, Nestor, Olga are the next 4 names on the list. All right, folks, let's hop up to your 7-day. That is pretty much the quick brief of your weather forecast for the upcoming week. I will pop up our weather full so you can see this a little bit closer while I take a quick look at the comments, taking a look at Facebook. But it is going to be pretty chilly, especially tomorrow. We're looking at the coolest conditions here in Orlando over the next couple of days. So again, may not be full sweater weather, but it may be a little bit on the chilly side just to start. By the end of the day, it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. So kids, after school activities, if you play sports, it's going to be absolutely stunning out there. You will notice that Wednesday, Thursday, we slowly start to see that onshore flow. So those winds are going to be coming in from the east, popping up maybe a couple of showers along Brevard, Volusia County coastlines, but nowhere near as soggy as what we were seeing Thursday or Friday. And again, just a reminder, Thursday or Friday and to Merritt Island, they clocked in 11 inches of rain. So I am so thankful that we are seeing a good stretch of dry weather. So especially those coastal communities, Edgewater got a lot of flooding. Ponce Inlet, the jetty completely got destroyed by not only just the waves hammering in from Imelda and Umberto, but also this nor'easter and just that constant rain that we've been seeing. That jetty got absolutely destroyed. So it gives those coastal communities that we've been reporting on and you've been seeing on the news a very much needed break from that flooding over the next 7 days. So just a couple of scattered showers, nothing crazy. That's the greatest news I could probably give for those folks who did experience some flooding earlier on. So that's ultimately what we're seeing right now for your forecast. It's going to be beautiful, feeling like fall here in Central Florida. Can't think of anything better than that as we near Halloween. And again, if you would like to send us a photo of you, your friends, your kids, your pets, anybody who is dressed up in a Halloween costume, or maybe you're just going as yourself, we would love to see a picture of that as well. Send it to us at the Fox 35 Storm Team at fox.com. All right, everybody, that is it for our little Sunday get-together for getting you ready for the start of the work week. Making this a pretty regular thing, again, kind of just depending on when we go on. We will kind of adjust the time a little bit, but shooting for around 9 if we do go on time, probably closer to 9:45 if we do have something on Fox that pushes us Sunday nights back. But I think this is going to be a great way to kind of get you ready for the start of the work week as we take a look ahead. All right, everyone, thanks so much for joining me this evening. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok now, which is crazy. I was very late to the game on TikTok, so if you could give a follow the rest of the Fox 35 Storm Team, that would be wonderful. Thanks so much again, everyone. Have a great long weekend if you have tomorrow off, or if you are working tomorrow, have a great start to the work week. Have a good one.